I think everything starts with fastball command. Um, he's been able to throw where he wants it. One thing is to throw strikes. One thing is to throw, you know, where you really want it in the strike zone. You know, and he hasn't been erratic in the zone. He was erratic against the Yankees, and he paid the price. But he was throwing strikes that day. Obviously, velocity is up, but I do believe that command of the fastball has helped him a lot. You know, I think the last one, using that fastball inside was huge for them. He was able to throw it whenever he felt like it, and then the slider is it's been better the last two, different shape. He's been able to get ahead with it, using the back door, and then he can use the back foot one against righties. So the delivery more consistent, you can see it, and you know he's been going to certain spots. You know, not being too predictable too. That really helps. So. Yeah, he's one of my favorites actually. The way he goes about his business, you know, he's amazing. Actually, I tried to recruit him for the WBC, the last one. He's his dad is Cuban, his mom is Puerto Rican, so I tried, but I think Team USA and MLB did a better job of recruiting. But talking to him throughout the process, very polite, very good kid. He kind of like apologized when he said no to us. And I'm like, you don't have to do that, you know. You play for whoever you want. But got to know him and well deserved the extension. You know, I was paying attention to it, kind of like what's going to happen here. But you know, you talk about Nolan and you talk about the Rockies. You know, we never thought Tula was going to finish somewhere else, but that's the nature of the business. But he's amazing. He's amazing. He plays hard. He runs the bases defensively. You know, we've seen Chapman and Machado, but this kid, he's great. You know, hopefully we don't hit too many to him the next 2 days, but it'd be fun to watch. They got a good team, good athletes, very athletic, good defensively. People talk about the splits, obviously. Whenever you talk about the Rockies, that's something always going to come. But they did an outstanding job last year, making it to playoffs, and this year, kind of like us, slow start, but they've been swinging the bat better. So it's a pretty good team. Dustin, he's back here. Like I said, nothing major with the knee, but actually he had some tests yesterday, and everybody feels comfortable. You know, well, better than Sunday. So he'll work out with us the next few days. Let's see how he reacts to it, and hopefully we can, you know, go back and you know send him into a rehab assignment again whenever we can. Talking to him, he's in good spirits. He's comfortable with what they saw yesterday, and everything they did. So that's always good. I think honestly he's a lot smarter than in the past. You know, whenever he doesn't feel right, you know, he'll communicate it. I bet back in the day, a few years ago, he'll be like, forget about it. You know, I'm gonna push through this. So he was smart about it. There's been a lot of rainouts too. He hasn't been able to play consistently. I think that's something that we have to pay attention to. So he'll be with us, and hopefully, you know, whenever he's ready, you know, we'll send him and get back at it again.
Well, we had, we started.
The old one, yeah, we pull him back. So yeah,
Alex, you guys said, you know, it's not a big major thing, but the fact that he was unable to play 3 times in 4 days, isn't that in and of itself somewhat alarming?
that's why he came here. You know, but after all the tests, everything, you know, it's nothing like last year when it happened in Houston. You ask him, and he's like, no, you know, I don't feel that way. I just wanted to make sure. So he came here. We made sure. You know, we'll see how he moves around. He hasn't done too much the last 3 or 4 days with the rain out and not playing and traveling and all that. So he'll go out there and then take grounders and move around, and we'll decide what we do next.
Excuse me, I'm
David, he'll throw one more bullpen, probably tomorrow, and then we'll decide if he goes on Saturday or he'll pitch in Toronto.
So will Eduardo still?
Eduardo tomorrow. Yeah, Eduardo tomorrow.
I know Nate was throwing in the outfield earlier. What's next for him?
Just baby steps, just playing catch, building up. I don't know how many today, but he's excited. We got to be careful with him. Make sure not slow him down, but harness him.
Can you talk about the books you've gotten from your bullpen? Marcus and Brandon and what?
Walden, he's been great for us. We use him a lot when we call him up, and he pitched well. He's been able to get lefties and righties out. Seems like we use him a lot when we go with the bullpen starting with Hector. Well, Hector, he pitched 5, so he should be okay if we go with him the next turn. But really good, really good. Slider is a plus pitch for him. Velocity's up, so he stepped up. He pitched well in spring training too. And last year, he made the team out of nowhere. People were surprised he made it, but he pitched into that roster, opening day roster. Worked. He during the off season, although it was a short one for all of us, he made sure he kept moving his arm. He kept throwing. So when he got to spring training, he was in better shape than in 18, sorry. He hit the wall halfway through spring, velocity-wise, but then he was able to bounce back, and he's been great for us. The walks, yeah, sometimes you don't want him to walk too many people, but there's certain walks that the game will dictate. You don't want to give in, so we're okay with it. But his fastball, using it the way he's using it, it makes sense. Velocity-wise, he's up there. The cutter has been good, but that breaking ball, it's been hard to barrel, especially lefties. If I recall, I think Frazier hit one for a single on that second game in New York, and that's kind of like about it, to be honest with you. So we're very proud of him. Last year was a tough one for him because of the up and down and inconsistency, but he learned from it, and now he's one of the guys.
He's never thrown the curveball more than he has this year. Is that something that you guys look to tweak in his pitch mix, or is that just kind of how it sounds?
We talk about it. You go to he pitched in game 2, against the Yankees. He came in and struck out, I think it was Torres with the bases loaded, or game 1? With the bases loaded, yeah. And it was breaking ball after breaking ball after breaking ball. And then in game 1 against Houston, he gave up 2 homers, if I'm not mistaken, one to Reddick and Yuli, and there were fastball cutters. So we talk a little bit, and his breaking ball is that good. We live in an era that some hitters make adjustments, others they believe in their path and their swing and be on plane, so it's very difficult for them to make adjustments in certain pitches. So we talk, and I think his ball moves everywhere. Everybody knows what's coming. It's not like I'm telling the secret. People have the information, but we like his breaking ball. We do, and seems like he's been able to get ahead with it with a breaking ball. The one up in the zone, and then he's been able to expand, just like Barnesy. So he's been great. He's been doing an outstanding job for us.
Walden, you've been able to kind of get 2 to 3 innings out of him quite often, but is that the way you look at it over the long haul? With him as good as he's been, would you like him to kind of stay in that role?
No, I mean, in a perfect world, when everybody's healthy, probably we'll use him. Well, he's pitching in high leverage situations anyway, but he's one of the guys that we look, the way he's throwing the ball, where he can get 3 outs in the 7th, 8th, 9th. It really doesn't matter. So he's a good athlete. He moves well around the mound. He's quick to the plate, which is very important late in games. So we'll see where we go with David and then obviously Nate when everybody's back. And obviously it's going to be a different situation, but we'll use him in high leverage situations. It was very tricky today, very tricky. But we got to get those two guys going. You know, they're here for that. You know, Eduardo and Steve. You know, and is one of those that you got to trust the player, and they know it. You know, I talked to Christian too. Say, hey man, this is where we at. Keep doing what you're doing. He's swinging actually a lot better lately against righties too. But he's been amazing against lefties. But today was one of those that I was debating between breakfast and changing diapers. How are we going to go?
What was your pitch there when you're trying to get him?
It was going to be tough because, you know, we have some other talented players. So it was going to be Francisco at second, Carlos at short, Nolan at third, with Javi playing the outfield. I think at the end it worked out for both teams. You know, he played for Team USA. He did well, but it was like, hey, you're gonna be playing with Carlos, Francisco, Javier in this tournament. You know, and I think we were close. We were very close, but then you know. He decided. It's tough in their situation, you know, with like Nolan. He doesn't speak the language, so to spend 2 weeks, 3 weeks with a group of guys that mainly going to talk a different language, it was going to be tough for him. But he was honest, you know. He kept me till the end, you know, which was cool. But it was one that I really wanted him to play for us. I know his dad was into it, but at the end, it worked out for both teams. You know, we ended up playing Carlos at third and Francisco at short and Javi at second. That was pretty fun to watch too. So, yeah.